Goodness, the sun today. That's better. Picture this. I'm working away and all of a sudden the craving hits me like a ton of bricks. Sack of potatoes. I need biscuits. So I call my dad because I love his biscuits. They're so delicious. Ask him for the recipe. This is where I have my Monica Geller, Phoebe Buffet, Nestle Toll House moment. He just casually mentions, oh, it's on the back of the Bakewell can. So now that that problem is solved, another problem, I don't have any Bakewell. Long story short, went to the store, got the goods, it's time for biscuits. I am going to tweak the recipe just a little bit, as per usual, but instead of shortening, I'm going to use butter, and instead of regular whole milk, I'm going to use buttermilk, but I will write the recipe down below in the description as it is on the back of the Bakewell can, but feel free to have a little fun. I got everything I need ready to go. Mama's getting her biscuits. To a big bowl, got my flour. This is just all-purpose flour. My oven is preheating to 475 Fahrenheit. Got my Bakewell, baking soda, and my salt. Give this a quick sift. Some butter. This is cold butter. I'm just gonna cube this up. If you have a pastry cutter, one of these babies, get it out, get it ready. Or you can just use your hands, which is probably what I'm going to be doing. Work it into the flour. So that's what I'm gonna do. Break this butter into little baby pieces in the flour until it resembles like a pea size. I want some flat little flakes. I've got my butter pretty well incorporated. I have these little baby bits in here. You can see there's some bigger ones, but also some little make a mess. That's also important. Buttermilk, cold buttermilk. I'm just gonna start to incorporate this, get it together. Yeah. And then dump it out onto my work surface where I can create some layers. I want to gather this mixture together. You know the butter was good and cold because you can see it flaked all through the dough here, and I really enjoy the way that looks. Try to keep it in some sort of shape if you can. If you can't, no big deal. This is about a ½ inch or so thick. I'm just gonna fold it onto itself, create layers. And another fold. And I want to get this rolled out into ½ inch to 3/4 inch thickness. You don't want them too thin. You want good juicy biscuits with lots of layers. Here's where you can get a cutter if you want, but I am going to just freeform these. These do not go to waste. I will eat them up, no worries. You can see all the layers in there though. Very exciting. And there's my biscuits. Oh, there's so many layers in here. I've got a sheet tray here, lined with parchment paper. I'm just going to place my cute little biscuits on here. You can put them in the oven just like this, but I like to brush a little bit of the buttermilk on top. And because I have an obsession, some flaky sea salt. These are gonna go into my preheated 475-degree oven for 5 minutes, and then the recipe actually says to shut the oven off and let them sit in the oven. Do not open the door for an additional 5 to 10 minutes or until they are golden brown. I can only trust the process here. While those are going in the oven, I am feeling the need for a butter. So I'm gonna make like a citrusy honey butter. So I just have some butter here that is room temperature, well, kind of a little bit more room temperature. I think I warmed it a little too much. You don't want it melted, but you want it really soft. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of honey and I want orange. So I'm gonna zest some of this orange in here. I'm so popular. Not really. Give this a mix around, get all of that distributed. This is going to be killer on a warm biscuit. Got my butter. There are my biscuits. They're a little blonde, but they are perfectly fine. They're brown on top. They smell so good. Look at the layers in here. This is like talking to you, like, eat me. Bottoms are nice and brown and beautiful. These are my little nuggets over here that will be very nice to snack on. I'm just gonna let these cool just for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna crack it open, slather it with some butter, and just devour. The time has come. I'm gonna grab one of these biscuits. I want this one. Look at that. I'm going to split her open. It's like angels. Oh my. Get my butter. Don't be shy. First bite, here we go. This is hitting all of the spots. I love biscuits. That butter is really good. Perfection. You've got to make these. Get yourself a can of Bakewell, apparently. Or even if you have like a really nice, good homemade recipe, make it and enjoy.